Namaste, and welcome to Yoga Today. And we were talking last week, we were talking about this beautiful spiritual dynamic of giving and receiving. And we talked about Amra, that wonderful spiritual giving, that sense of abundance that you don't have to wait until you have more prosperity in your life, that we were all brought here to be givers. That even if it's just a small thing, a kind word, a little encouragement, something uplifting, a small amount of money, you don't have to have a huge amount to still feel like you're abundant and you can give. So we talked last week a lot about giving, and we're just shifting the focus today to receiving. And so, how do we get good at it? As devotees on the path, we want to be good at receiving. God is always bestowing great blessings on us, and most of us are far too preoccupied with life and what's going on in our own little small part of it to genuinely be open to the possibility even that right at this moment God is showering you with blessings, and that here we are very often yearning for a deeper relationship with God and yet missing, because we're not receptive, missing these boundless opportunities. So what we want to do today is to look at how can we practice consciously receiving, consciously allowing, consciously being aware, having in our mind and heart the idea, the concept that you are created by God and that God loves you. And so at any moment, you can allow that to be a part of your consciousness by receiving that into your being. So very often people, for the very first thing that they experience in their relationship with spirit is often a sense of peace. Life is frenetic for many people. It's busy, it's challenging out in the material world, it's challenging personally in our own minds and hearts. And so very often we're very preoccupied. Our minds and hearts are preoccupied with what's going on around us and the position and the situations we find ourselves in. But at any point in that, you can take a breath and pause and receive, accept, be receptive. And so yogis would say that life force is pouring into your being all the time. And you're probably well aware of this, but it comes into your being here at the medulla. You just put your fingers back, you can feel that little indentation. I want to just massage it a little bit. But that's the point, that for people who see spirit with their third eye, and they can see energy pouring into people from this point and spreading to every chakra in your body. So from the tailbone to the sacral chakra, to the navel, to the heart, the throat, the third eye, and to the crown. And so really what we want is we want this energy that's coming in. We want to receive it. We don't want to be sitting there and, oh, I've got no energy. Life is so hard. Oh, I'm so tired. I've worked so hard. And that's really what happens to us. We're preoccupied with those sorts of ideas. instead of thinking that in this very moment, energy is pouring into my being. So let me receive it. Let me sit for a moment. And let's do that. Just sit for the next moment, next minute or so. I'm focusing at the medulla. And, at home, you can do this standing in the star pose with, so your arms outstretched, your feet apart, is a wonderful way to feel that energy coursing through the whole of your being. And if you can't feel it, don't worry. It's still happening. Just be open to it. Now sensing energy flowing freely through each of your chakras, through all of them. And just taking a nice deep breath. Feel as if you're returning more to your physical consciousness of your physical body, but knowing that that energy is there and it's sustaining you. In Tai Chi and Qigong, which are such beautiful traditions, they consider the seat of physical health to be the dantian, which is just below the navel. So if you just put your hands like this and just so that just below your navel, that's the dantian. And so this is a seat of physical health. And so it's a beautiful way to appreciate and feel that you're being sustained from there. Feel that health is radiating through your whole being. And so we'll just take a moment, focus in the dantian. And rather than thinking of the chakras, just appreciate and receive health that's spreading out from the dantian through your whole physical being. Joy. And this beautiful process is happening very often despite us, instead of us being in harmony with it. It's almost like people take potluck with their health. They just put up with whatever's happening. And then very often your body does heal. Imagine how much more easily and freely and fully your body would heal if we were cooperating with that and receiving that health into our being instead of kind of wondering why we're not healthy. It's a completely different consciousness, energy being blocked, health from being blocked by our attitude of mind and heart and our habits and our inability to conceive of the possibility that it could be as easy as receiving, allowing, opening to. And physical health, yogis like when at all possible to be physically strong and healthy. They want to have a deep relationship with God. They need an instrument that's capable of doing that. So this beautiful way of the medulla and the chakras and the dantian and the physical body of receiving greater health, greater energy and vitality into the whole of your being. How to receive more spiritually? Everything we yearn for, all of the love and kindness and acceptance that we want from others, Spirit is offering, and we're too busy looking at trying to get it somewhere else instead of going, oh, let me stop all of that for a moment and sit with you, Lord. May the love and the kindness, the joy, the strength of God fill us. It's there and available. So let's go ahead and just meditate. It's really a guided meditation to meditate together. Opening ourselves not just to 10 minutes of receiving, but a change in our consciousness to where receiving is like breathing. That we remember to receive. So taking a couple of deep breaths, sitting straight, relaxing your shoulders, straightening your neck. Don't let your chin come up too much. My beloved Lord, by your grace, may I receive peace. And you might want to feel as if you're sitting by a still lake, looking across it. Be open to receiving peace. Beloved Lord, by your grace, may I receive devotion. And if you feel a little devotion, let it grow. Accept that God's presence is growing within you. By your grace, may I receive happiness. Permeating my whole being. Beloved Lord, may I accept serenity into my life. And let that serenity grow into bliss. We'll meditate a little longer for this next one. Beloved Lord, bless me to be more receptive to what you would like to give to me. Om. And allowing the blessings of this meditation to fill your whole being. Bringing this wonderful consciousness into the buddhi, the intuition, your mind and heart, the life force, your breath, and into your physical body as you tense and relax your arms and legs. And then just tilting the body from side to side, making smaller arcs until you're sitting straight, dropping your chin to your chest, and either moving your head just from side to side or doing big circles in one direction and then in the opposite direction. And relaxing and gently opening your eyes. I think I spent so much of my early years on the spiritual path begging God to be more a part of my life, but never once allowing that to happen. And there are levels on levels on levels of allowing the Lord more and more into your life. So may at this beautiful time of year, what may we be both givers and receivers. Namaste.